Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Nick Files. I'm your host, Nick Mulay. Hope you guys all had a great Memorial Day weekend. Of course, I had a very special investigation that I had during the weekend. So for today, obviously, as you guys are probably expecting, we're going to finally finish up from what we were talking about for the last 2 weeks, which is on the Ohio State Reformatory. However, most of what I'm going to be presenting for today is not really any additional information that I found on the Ohio State Reformatory, because last where we left off was reviewing some of the one of the videos of an investigation at the Ohio State Reformatory, and I have a few more that I'm going to be presenting. So it's really going to be kind of more of one of those, reviewing paranormal videos, if you will. And for the first time ever, among the videos that I'll be showing for the first time ever, some of my videos that I've got that I investigated at OSR last year. Now, I should probably tell you guys ahead of time, you're probably not going to really see too much because obviously it's pitch blackness. Obviously the entire prison was dark when we investigated it, but this is definitely a good way to review it. So that way, if there's anything that I might miss, whether it's by listening or seeing something, you guys can definitely point that out. However, like I said, I got a few other videos first to present before we get to eventually my videos, because they're the longest ones. So let's see here, going through the comments very quick. Yes, I know, Eric. Well, that's because I got a haircut. I wouldn't necessarily call myself bushy. That just doesn't. I don't know. That just doesn't sound correct. Anyways, let me get through this fun. Always have to go through this every single time. So bear with me for just a second here. And oops. All right, so here we go. Okay, come on. All right, so like I said before, we're going to be reviewing a few other videos that I've discovered that were from OSR. These videos here of OSR were recorded over the last couple of years, so I mean they're still relatively recent videos, but at the same time, though, these I don't know exactly how old some of these videos are, but I did put them correctly the years that they were shot. But I would probably say some of these were filmed within the last 10 years prior to my arrival. So here's one of the videos. Here's one of the videos right now. Hello, Rita. So here we go.
Our first piece of compelling evidence came about in the West cell block. After asking a spirit what its name was, the Ovulus immediately responded with the name Harry. This became more compelling when we later found out the old Ohio State Penitentiary transferred 150 inmates to the Ohio State Reformatory in 1896. Of those 150 inmates, 2 were named Harry Doyle and Harry Bartlett. This is the first time we've ever gotten an intelligent response that we could historically back up as a real possibility we were connecting with a certain person. What's your name? You're down here.
Hello, Natalie. Harry. What's up, Nigel?
While on the East Cell Block, we investigated the cell of former inmate James Lockhart, who purposely set himself on fire inside of his cell in 1960. We captured significant music box activity, as well as the quad alarming for an approximately 2-degree temperature drop. The quad is a new device we added that measures for EMF readings, vibrations, REM pod, and temperature deviation.
You go up to the blue light. Can you go up to the device with the blue lights over there? And get alarm.
Are you sitting on that chair?
Are you sitting in the chair over there? see there's nothing moving in there. Nothing to set that thing off.
No.
Set the room on chair. Since we're
It's in mine.
Yeah, I'm glad they did too.
James, I'm gonna walk in here and say,
Oh, snap.
Whoa.
what the heck?
He said, get out of here.
What was that? Oh my god, and now that thing's going off.
Oh,
Wow.
snap.
What the heck does that mean?
I don't think he wants you to sit anything else on the stool for him.
Holy crap.
It's like I'm here.
And that buzzer going off.
Wow.
Oh, gosh.
This is such a new device, I don't even know exactly what that means. But like, it's not gone off at all.
Oh, gosh. Now I got the... Sorry about that.
Crap.
Yeah, I do remember when I was in that cell. I was quite an active one. Not in this video, but when I investigated there last year, I did see. I remember it was a really active cell.
Can you make those
James,
stop?
can you make those stop?
Yeah, it's going a little bit. Noise is starting to get to me a little bit.
Whoever's doing that, make it stop. Back away from those.
Can you back away?
I said no.
Gotta say, I'm sure after a number of this, they're probably thinking, all right, enough already of this. Oh, what's up, Rachel? Jeez, it's causing all these pets to go crazy.
Hey, James, can you stop with those for a minute? I'm going to turn the music box off. Temperature's going down.
Oh my god. Yeah, this noise is starting to drive me nuts. If this keeps going on for another 30 seconds, I'm going to have to skip over this part because it's starting to drive me crazy. Oh, thank God.
Lockhart's cell also gave us a potentially compelling series of photographs that show a noticeable white ball-like anomaly directly behind the quad. The potential anomaly does not appear in any of the other three photographs.
While in the old hospital level of the building above the chapel, we captured two interesting responses on the Ovilus. The words attack and upstairs came through the device, which could mean someone was telling us there was an attack on this upstairs level of the building.
Upstairs. We captured interesting REM pod and quad activity in the chair room. While asking questions, both the REM pod and quad started going off at the same time, and the quad indicated about a 2-degree temperature increase in a room with no outside source of light or wind available to alter it.
What is that toy? I often wonder what that is. Oh, God, don't tell me it's going to start making that noise now. Ugh.
It did feel like it got hotter.
Here we go again.
It didn't feel like it got hotter.
All right. You know what? We're going to fast forward a little bit because we are not going through. Oh, all right, fine. They stopped it. I was going to say, we are not going through this all over again. Yeah. But they, yeah, would freak me out too.
Spirit box voice in the night. We asked who was making the REM pod alarm, and a voice that sounds like it could have said "I did" came through on the spirit box.
Yeah, in reality, though, Natalie, I would, at the same time, though, like, all of them going off, if you're actually there, would definitely be a different story. As annoying as some of those devices make, that'd be quite, they're quite remarkable responses.
Did you hear that? I thought so.
Oh.
The former hospital, converted to library portion of the building, gave us more compelling REM pod and music box activity to close out the night that cannot be explained.
Is there anybody over there playing with that music box? For a second.
Everything's going off so crazy.
Can you step away from the music box?
I haven't seen it be yellow.
Can you step away from that music box now, please?
Can you make the music stop?
Oh, wow. Oh, thought it stopped there for a sec.
What's up, guys? We are out of the Ohio State Reformatory. It's freezing. This is not spring weather at all, but here we are nonetheless. You know, I thought we had a very good night. I thought we had some of the best device interaction that we've ever had, to be honest. We had a lot of great interaction and communication with our devices. We had a lot of really cool things happen. Even made contact with a certain name that later on I looked up and found out was someone.
Oh, whoops. Sorry, guys. That was my fault.
Here. So, like, I think we've really caught on something there. And, you know, it was a really good night. I still got to listen to some of my Spirit Box recordings and things like that. And, you know, EVPs, listen for those. So it's going to be a really good experience trying to figure out exactly what all we got. But we did a good one here tonight for sure. And our next investigation will be April the 14th, back in our home state of West Virginia in Huntington. We're going to be investigating the haunted majestic barges. extremely excited, unique experience. Looking forward to that one. So thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time. The Ohio State Reformatory's history is one that intrigues people all over the world. What started out as a facility to reform young men eventually morphed into a maximum security prison that housed some of the most vicious criminals in America. The energy contained in this building is heavy at times and can wear on you, as it did to us during our investigation. But we left with what we came looking for: unexplainable paranormal activity. Thank you all for watching, and be sure to subscribe and spread the word about our channel.
That was an interesting one. Now there was at least 2 other videos here that I found on just some investigations at OSR. There's at least this one, at least one other one before we get to the main videos, which is the ones that I shot. So here is another. This one is, this one's pretty loud. Okay, this is about a good 20-minute long video, but again, I don't really have too much to present for today. So showing these videos obviously really helps me out a lot. What's up, Anthony? Yeah, it did look like it was slowed down. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right, Robert. What's going on, Lauren? Good to see you.
Today I will be investigating the Ohio State Reformatory.
Yep.
Known for being the shooting location of the Shawshank Redemption. Now, today's investigation will be a little bit different, as I will not be joined by any of my friends, and I will be sharing the building with other investigators. So let's get into this investigation. I already experienced some paranormal activity before I even began recording. Earlier in the day, as I was walking through the hallway with the chair room, I heard someone or something whistle at me. Now, at the time, I was the only one in this area, and the whistle was as clear as day. Sadly, this was before I officially began my investigation, and it was not caught on camera. So basically, when people would come here and have tuberculosis, they would be brought up here into the attic. Which is definitely a choice. So there are probably many people up here who passed away from tuberculosis, because that was such a terrible disease. So we're just going to do a quick session up here. I am going to attempt to communicate with anyone who's up here. So, I already heard a noise, but it was most likely a bat. They did tell me they might try to attack my light, which I have to admit would be...
Looks like he's in the hospital wing.
Okay. So, pull out my recorder here, just so we have a second audio source. Hello, my name is Austin. If there's anyone up here who would like to speak with me, you can speak into either of the microphones I have, or you can speak directly to me. If you were up here, you were probably sick with tuberculosis, or possibly someone taking care of someone sick with tuberculosis. So again, give me any sign you're here. Tap on something, make a loud bang. Yeah, do anything to let me know you're up here with me. I cannot imagine this would have been a good place for people with tuberculosis. It's really humid and really moist up here.
Hey, Laura, good to see you. Always appreciate it.
So if you are up here, let me know how you died. Did you die of tuberculosis? Did you die of something else here? Does it make you mad that people come and visit? Or does it make you happy that people still remember you years after? Okay? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull out this little device I have called a spirit box. Now, once I pull it out, you guys are welcome to manipulate the airwaves in it to try to communicate. So, let me pull that out from my backpack. It's going to take me a second to find it, but that's okay. turn on the spirit box.
S box. Scanning.
Well, I got one of the. I have that type of S box myself.
Is anyone up here with me? Would anyone up here like to communicate? My name is Austin. Can you say Austin back to me? You can communicate with me through this box. Can you tell me your name? Can you tell me how you died here? Feel free to say anything to me through this box. You said turn it up? Tell me your name. Was that you? Are you trying to break through and speak? Would you like me to leave? Would you like me to stay? Do you know why you're up here? Okay, are you guys going to speak to me? If not, I'm going to have to turn it off. Did you say no thank you? Okay, I'm going to turn it off and leave then. Is that okay? Okay. Goodbye. Thank you for your time. Okay. So that was our short investigation in the attic.
Well, that was the attic. I thought, you know what, the attic, that's a rarely investigated spot. They don't usually allow very many people up in the attic area.
Most amounts of paranormal activity. Apparently, if you move this chair in the room, it will move itself back. People have also reported hearing voices, hearing their name called, getting scratched. So naturally, I am investigating in here. So this is the chair, or at least the current chair. And as you can see, I do have a phone there, record, just in case I get any weird audio. So if there's anyone in this room with me, feel free to make your presence known. Feel free to say something, to move the chair a bit, knock on the walls. Maybe you can help me finish this. Let's see. You really seem to like your chair. I'm not going to move it. I feel like that's disrespectful. But it would be nice if you would just talk to me. Let me know your name. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this device called a spirit box. And through it, you can attempt to communicate with me. So, let's go ahead. Okay, go ahead and tell me your name. Tell me why you're in here. Tell me why you love this chair so much. Come on, go ahead and just talk to me. Go ahead and say your name. Or you can go ahead and say my name back to me. My name's Austin. If you don't say anything, I'll have to turn off the spirit boxes.
So I know exactly which room he's in right now. That's the one room that there's no windows in at all.
Okay, this is your last chance if you want to say anything to me. Speak into either of my microphones. Okay, thank you for your time. Okay, I am now on the second floor of the administration wing. Now, somewhere down here, the warden's wife got shot and died.
Now, this was a pretty active area, as I remember, when we were up here.
What's it called? Some unknown, whether or not it was an accident or if it was on purpose. Now, let me tell you, the energy in this area right now is extremely bad. When I came down here earlier, I could hear the plastic moving over here, where they're doing construction. I had an insane pressure in my head. It felt like my ears were going to pop. Now, we can only access a little bit of this floor, but because the energy was so high when I came down here earlier, I definitely want to check it out. So I do have an EMF detector on. I'm going to go ahead and sit in this chair. And
that's a really good question, Robert. I often wonder that too. How come we can't use the same tech for cameras?
you can touch my EMF detector.
I'm surprised no one has invented anything like that yet.
If you just touch it, it will spike, and we'll see different colors.
Okay, so he's got a K2 now.
You can come, you can talk to me about the construction down here. You can tap on the walls. Slam a door. I can tell that you're angry about the construction. That you're angry that they're messing with your house.
You are right, Eric. There were times that he was going a little too fast involving the questions. He didn't give enough space, like to have like a ghost box session or even a K2 session. You have to give yourself patience. Like at least give a minute before you ask the next question. At least that's how I do it.
You probably want to communicate. You probably want to say how dissatisfied you are with what they're doing to your home. Is that you in the closet?
Yes, he does, Lauren.
I did just hear a voice audibly. But it could have been.
He also needs to have like replay segments.
Could not make out what it said. It was a female voice. If you are a ghost, can you do that again? During this point in the investigation, I heard an audible bang coming from inside the closet.
Okay, here we go.
Shortly followed by a muffled female voice. Neither of these sounds were picked up by my camera, and upon further investigation, there was no one else on this floor with me. Okay, well, I've been relying on this pretty heavily tonight, and I've gotten no results so far. So
they said that it was, they heard, it just documented like these noises.
You can attempt to talk to me through that.
Xbox. Danny.
What's going on, Mort? Good to see you.
Is there anyone down here with me? Let me turn this light off a bit. Is there anyone down here with me? Can you tell me your name? Are you the woman who died in here? My name is Austin. Can you say that back to me? Can you tell me your name? Are you going to give me any responses at all?
It's going too quick again.
Are you trying to communicate? Is it just hard for you? How many people are here with me? Okay, since you're not answering me, I'm going to turn off the spirit box.
See, and he's also kind of being, I mean, he's really basically kind of being practically impatient. Takes patience to get responses.
Audio recorders. We can definitely check those later. If there's anyone in this room with me, feel free to speak to my microphone. Let me know you're here. We tap on something.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured too, Lauren. What the hell? Why is everything going so slow? That was weird.
Was that you?
I kind of figured he does.
Feel free to touch my hand. There's obviously something out there that's big. Whoa. They just got so much colder in here. It's coming from here. Is there someone in this hallway? Wow. The more I walk this way, the colder it's getting.
I often wonder how he was able to get this. I think he said earlier that he was with other investigators, but I often wonder how he was able to like get this entire area to himself. Because there's usually at least a few that will, other investigators, if you're with others, that will pass by,
While
obviously.
Investigating solitary confinement, I saw someone with white shoes enter one of the cells. Shortly after, another group that was ghost hunting started to come this way.
Okay.
They turned around, but I had assumed that the person with the white shoes was one of them. Upon walking down the cells, I did not find anyone in any of them. And upon asking the group, they had no one wearing white shoes with them. Interestingly enough, one of the members of the group told me around the same time that I would have seen the person in the white shoes, that their camera started malfunctioning. This is a very interesting coincidence, but my first time ever here at the Mansfield Reformatory during a day tour, I also heard footsteps walking alone in solitary confinement. This is an area known for its paranormal activity, and whatever happened to us, two separate groups investigating, was definitely not something normal.
Oh.
As I finished my investigation,
all right, we're about near the end of this one.
I'm a little disappointed that I'd caught so little on camera and audio, but knowing the Mansfield Reformatory and having had past experiences there, I had no doubt it was haunted. I was also glad to hear that other groups were having a great time collecting.
Oh, I guess that's it of that one. So yeah, that one is a primary example where you got to be really patient when you're doing like a ghost box session or a K2. I mean, it's just, you can't just I'm not trying to be critical of him, but you cannot just, ask a question and expect to get an answer like that, like in the snap of a finger. It just, I can understand maybe it's just through the excitement or adrenaline, but unfortunately, that's not how it works. It doesn't work like that. So, all right, let's see. Eric, if I remember correctly, a tour of OSR is, oh my God, because among the times that I went, we went about, I mean, I've been going there now since 2019. And the second time that we went, that was the only time that we ever went on a tour, although the one that we went on was a self-guided tour. So the tour prices for Mansfield is good part is I actually got the page up just in case. So to kind of ask you, so I ask you, are you like looking for like an actual tour to be part of or a self-guided tour? And while I'm waiting on that, I'm going to check with everybody else. And also, before I get to the next video, so the next video I'm going to be presenting, turns out, is my videos that I'll be presenting. So now, what you guys, you're not really going to be able to see too much in my videos because, like I said earlier, because we have this place after dark, the entire prison is in total darkness. The only thing that you're going to be able to see is just the lights from some of the devices. It's too bad that at the time I filmed it on Facebook. So it's too bad that in this day and age they haven't invented like a night vision camera version of Facebook Live. So unfortunately, like I said, it's in total darkness. And honestly, I haven't even really had a chance to review my own videos. So like I said earlier, if you guys weren't here for the first couple minutes, I guess you guys can help out if you like. Because again, if you have anything you guys hear or you guys see, please put please put it in the comments and also put the time when it occurred. And yes, Lauren, you're right. The spirits need to use energy to answer the questions. He was not giving them time. You're absolutely correct. Again, it takes time and patience. And yeah, they definitely need the energy. So that's why I'm so patient for such responses. I'm not sure when I'll be going back. I mean, other than to ParasiteCon next year, Eric, I'm not sure when I'll be back at OSR. But as far as like guided tours of investigations, I'm just kidding, of a self, like for example, a simple tour. It's let's see, they're about $35 each, and then a self-guided tour at Mansfield, it's about, bear with me for just a moment. Well, that's odd. Oh, that's weird. I don't know why you know what? I think you got to pay for those ones at the desk. I'm not sure, but a guided tour is at least $35. So it's not a terrible price. Okay, so moving forward to the to my videos now. So like I said, the first time ever I'm presenting my own evidence, if you will. So let's take a good review and see if we capture anything from my investigation there. So there are 3 different videos. Now, I doubt we're going to be able to get through all of them. Now, when I show these investigation videos, like from other YouTube channels, which I borrow, which I also give credit for, so that way I'm not looking like I'm stealing them. A lot of times whenever a lot of these investigation videos, I usually show no more than anywhere under a half-hour video because of obviously time reasons. Well, because these are my videos, I'm actually making a relatively rare exception. So like I said, I doubt we're going to be able to get through all 3 of them. This one is about a half hour long. The second one of the 3, I think, is the longest one. That's actually probably going to be almost an hour, which again, normally I don't normally show. But again, since I didn't really have too much else to present, this is what I'm using up to fill in the space. And then the third one is obviously the shortest. I think that one's only about 8 to 10 minutes long. But in addition to me being in this video, this was when I was there. This was back in August of 2022. And I went with Jeremy, along with his crew, along with Bar Costi. Brad Webb of Crack Skull Paranormal is there. So you're going to hear him. And it's kind of obviously because we were in total darkness, it was kind of hard to tell exactly where we were. So I'm going to have to kind of speculate and try to remember exactly where this was shot. I mean, I know it was at OSR. I just don't really remember exactly where. So here we go. Good evening, everyone. I am broadcasting here from Mansfield Reformatory, or Ohio State Reformatory, as it's better known. In Mansfield, Ohio. It is a little bit after 10 o'clock. And I've been to Mansfield quite a number of times, but this is my first time actually investigating the prison. And I got to tell you, it's a really different place to see after dark compared to what you see during the day. We're doing I'm the Rookout. I also have the Elf meter. Hey, hold on one second here, guys. I'm just gonna rewind it just a little bit. If it cracks up again, it might have been that might be what the actual video is due to the connection while I was filming. So let's just play that one time just to make sure that it's not a technical issue. Actually investigating the prison. And I gotta tell you, it's a really different place to see after dark compared to what you see during the day. We're doing yeah, it's the video. It's not a technical issue. K2 meter out as well. So we've already gotten a number of voices. I'm with Bard Costi, who had to leave just briefly. He'll be right back. He brought a REM pod, which is all the way out down to down the tier. I am on the floor of either the east or western tier of the prison. So we've already got a couple voices. Some of the devices have gone off. So let's see what we can get out of this. Seeing kind of, even though it's complete black, it looks like from where I'm pointing at. Let me pause this actually just for a second. Nikki, unfortunately, I won't be able to. So, based on like where I was pointing, and now the memory's starting to come back, I think I was actually on the western tier of OSR. Now, obviously, because I was filming on Facebook Live, there were people watching. So if you hear me calling out names, that's because there was people watching and commenting on it. So, but in case you guys wonder what this is right here, it's one of the other devices I have. That's the Rook in front of me. So I laid a couple devices, but I laid them several feet across, so they wouldn't cause interference. As much as I really want to, I won't be able to add it to the video because I got to be quiet for this. What's up, Robert? Good to see you. The Rook's going off. What's up, Joanne? So is anybody here right now talking to us? Oh. The video might also be a little bit out of sync. Am I talking to an inmate right now? See how I'm doing it? See how I'm doing it? I'm being a little bit more patient when it comes to asking questions. This is probably the right way to do so. What the hell was that? Wait, hang on. Let's go back for a second. See what that was. It's a guard? What the hell was that? Male age 5 coming through. The male age 30. He likes females and touching. First safe on and lost. Fire safe on and lost. Yeah, we had a viewer who was sensing something in the prison itself. You guys hear voices, by the way. That's voices in the background. I'm not too far from the break room, so people are talking back there. What's up, Jill? Appreciate it. Is there 5? Okay, so I heard from one of my friends that supposedly there is 5 right now here. If there's 5 of you currently here, could you please make this red light go off? Are you still here with us? Seems like
Here. It's like there. Okay, so someone is here then.
Oh, yep.
Oh, that's something.
See, yeah, the video is going a little out of sync.
How many are here now? Did you just call my name?
Yeah, I thought at the time, I heard my name called from the necrophonic.
My name has been called a couple of times. Is this the same person that was calling my name earlier?
How was that?
Do you like to touch women here?
When I asked that question, that was again from someone who was doing a kind of like a reading and believed that I was in communication with a entity that liked to touch females. Yeah, now Bart's back.
Oh, really? Okay.
It was a prison. He got pardoned, and so the maybe he was incarcerated here so long that after he passed, he just automatically came back here.
It's just like some of these, well, and that's the case with some of these, spirits that are there, is that it seems like they're still living out their sentences, and even after death, they can't escape it.
Yeah, that's Bart that just came in. Now you can see a little bit more now that we got a flashlight involved.
Right. Is that you making the REM pod go off?
Okay. All right. So that's Bart doing that.
Who's that over there? Oh, okay. Are there any guards that are currently on duty right now on their night shifts? We actually asked that question earlier, Nikki, but I'll ask it again. Has anybody been through?
Yep. Sorry, guys. Again, it's the connection from the video. Too bad we didn't get to hear the question, but you probably heard it earlier.
Was there a fight that went on here? Sound like a no.
Who was the big man in this cell block, this cell area?
actually just a little bit because I'm right next to one of these holes, and if I drop my phone, that may be the last time I may ever see it. Yeah, there's like a deep hole right here. So yeah, I don't want to sit there too close.
Yeah, I remember that
My
hole.
Facebook Live will go on forever.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
25 years later, it's still running.
Yep, connection issues again, guys. Again, that's again. It's too bad that it follows even after when it's recorded.
Are you guilty of your crime? Very true. Do you feel remorse or regret?
What the hell? That was a very clear response. Holy cow. Yeah, it was like it was like what? That was like the response.
Can you leave, come and go? I mean, can you leave, come and go, or are you stuck there even after death? See, people are actually asking through the chat questions, so that this is where some of my questions are coming from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mike Humphreys, are you here? How long were you here?
What?
Another what?
Are you aware that you're still here in prison?
Are you still doing time?
I don't know about you. That sounded almost like a no.
What was your crime?
Yeah, you're right, Eric.
Did you rob someone?
How did we miss that? It's like a moan.
Did you start a fire? I hear a yeah. I can tell. I thought I heard a yeah.
Yeah. Did you start a fire in your cell? Is anybody hungry?
No, I just heard no.
Not hungry?
Excuse me.
Just want to check to see how far we're into.
What year did you die?
Yep, there's Bart right there.
I want to talk to Mike Humphreys. Are you here? Mike, you realize you can leave, right? You got partners. When is lights out?
Can you hold on to the camera just for a second? I think I'm missing my phone cord. I'll be right back.
Yeah, my phone cord was missing. I forgot about that. So he's Bart's now the cameraman. You know what? Actually, now I'm looking. Let me pause this for a second because I don't want to interrupt anything. Now that looking back, I think that was when my phone was literally about to die. So I literally had to run back to the back room to grab my cord, and I had a portable battery with me. You know, obviously as an emergency backup, which was fully charged. So thank God I had it fully charged at the time. But my phone was just about done. I'm not saying at all that the battery dying had anything to do with like any type of drainage, because I knew from the very start my phone was almost dead, but I didn't have enough time to really charge it. So yeah, that point I had to literally run back into the back room to grab it. Forget flashlight phone cord. Now, I didn't have a flashlight with me. I mean, I had one with me, but I didn't have it with me when I was during this time because Bart was the one who had it.
Anybody got any smokes?
Speaking of which, I better message Bart right now just so he knows that
You keep saying blood.
just so he knows that I'm showing the videos.
Is there anyone of Irish descent?
Oh, that's Bart's son who joined in.
Are you in jail for touching people? Do you like to touch people?
It's going a little too fast there.
People are also asking in the chat too about.
Yep, now I'm back.
Questions, so thank you. Oh yeah, I just realized I left my phone cord in the car, so we'll have to stop this after we're done.
What cell number are you in?
Did you already ask me the questions here already? Okay. Nikki, Cameron's question: do you like to touch people? You already asked that one? Okay.
Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, he already asked that one.
Did anybody fall and did any fall and hit in the head?
Yeah, I didn't speak too well with that question. That's just the autism.
12. Do you mean 12 entities, Nikki?
Did anybody get shoved over the rails?
Check the elf. Is Chrissy over there? Oh, the cell number. Cell 12. Cell number 12. But,
hang on one second. Let me pause this for a second. What's crazy that when she brought up that Nikki had brought up cell number 12 is that obviously it's right next to cell 13, and cell 13 was where the inmate John committed suicide when he doused himself and set himself on fire back in 1960. Although the strangest part, well, the thing about it is, since we were in the West Wing, that actually occurred on the East Wing side of the prison. So it's weird that she brought that cell 12 was brought up, unless there was something that did occur in cell 12 if they had the same numbers for the West Wing compared to the East Wing.
Cells number 60 to 58. Cell 12 would be farther down the tier. Unless it's... No, it goes up.
Yeah.
Up there to cell number 122.
Yeah, that's definitely the West Wing because of the balconies. The tiers are different on both the East and West Wing.
Are you in a perpetual hell? Are you not able to leave? Nope.
Oh,
That was a clear no.
Very intelligent response.
Was being here like being in hell?
No. You heard that, right?
Wow.
Were you able to get through your sentence? Yep.
Oh, man. Jeez. You were having quite a conversation.
It's an FYI, the reason. Oh, okay.
Who do I need to talk to get a pack of smokes?
I believe that's my K2 meter that's sitting on the ground.
Did you serve like 5 years here in this prison?
Eric, that's the Necrophonic app. I know it's been sometimes criticized. Some people like using it, others don't, because they don't think it's always accurate. But I use the Necrophonic. Bart was using it too, I believe. I don't usually go for a lot of the apps because a lot of them are not legit. Most of them are fake. But the Necrophonic is one. Here, you know what? Let me just.
I just want to say hi to Mike and see how he's doing.
Yeah. So as far as phone apps go, because again, everybody has different opinions on it. I don't go for a lot of the phone apps except for just a couple of them because like a lot of them in particularly really don't work. And the Necrophonic is one of the rare exceptions, at least again in my opinion. I've always said, especially in particular, like the if anybody has the Ghost Radar app, I would tell people throw that crap away. That doesn't work at all. But the Necrophonic, though, I think has a little bit more legit responses than a lot of the other. I have a few others, including the EchoVox, the EVP Shifter, if I'm correct. I think I got at least 3 other apps, but other than that, EVP Shifter. But other than that, I don't really use too many. One of the others I also have is the Spiritus.
I'm trying to get a hold of Mike. Why?
That's
I just want to say hi to him.
Wow.
That was a deep voice.
That was deep.
Something really wants to talk to us.
Talk about what we're on.
Does he not want to be disturbed?
Yeah, I got that too, Rachel.
No, you heard that, right?
Yeah.
It was another
Wait.
no.
Hey, let me go back. I'm sorry.
How much time did you do here?
Does he not want to be disturbed? No, you heard that, right?
Yeah.
It was another no.
I couldn't hear that one too well. Did anybody else could hear it?
I thought I heard 10. Did you hear 10?
Did you do 10 years? No, there was a
9.
9.
Okay.
So we got a 10 and a 9. Did anybody here do 20 years or more?
Okay. All right. Rachel heard it.
Fantastic. Well,
Fantastic.
did anybody have a life sentence?
No. Were you trying to spend the rest of your life in prison?
Hey, Lauren said she heard it.
Did you ever think you would get out of prison?
Oh, look at that.
That was just me turning on the K2, guys.
Never mind. Never mind. Forgot about it.
Are you here just to be hurt still after death?
How old were you when you came in here?
That might have been me because I did see some movement of a hand, so that might have been. I might have been moving it.
Were you 20? $30?
Did anybody come in here at the age of 18?
Oh, look at that. No, I know I'm not moving it.
Sound like was. Like was 18. Like maybe he's saying was 18.
Were you 18 when you came in here?
Hang on, guys. That might have been because the phone was a little too close to the lights.
That
Hang
too.
on. Yep, it was. Okay.
Yep. That's why you always got to keep
Do
it.
you like playing with the lights, though?
That's why I always keep a distance whenever I put on any of the equipment. I keep a distance when I'm filming live, so it doesn't cause interference. Yeah, I keep
Do you
thinking.
like watching people in the corner?
Yeah, I keep thinking that.
Yes, you heard that right.
Wait,
that was deep.
let's go
Yes.
back and listen to that
Wow.
again. I missed that one.
Do you like watching people in the corner? Yes, you heard that
There we
right.
go.
That was deep. Yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was like a very aggressive yes when we heard that.
What did it say? Do you like all the visitors that come here and people trying to talk to you? Is that a no?
Yeah.
Do you get tired of hearing the same people ask you the same old questions?
I'm going to pause this for a second. I don't know if we were talking to more than one entity in that part of the reformatory, but there was, I mean, as you guys could hear, we got a lot of different intelligent responses. So we chose a good night to come up to OSR, and Bart actually just messaged me. He's pretty thrilled right now that I'm showing these. So, yeah, this was a crazy night being there. And there's more to come. Like I said, this is not everything just yet. Yeah.
Do you have any questions to ask us? Is there anything you'd like to know?
What did Garrett? Well, it sounded like Garrett or something like that.
What year is it?
The rook's going off. Yep, there it's going off.
Damn it! I should have moved. Yep, I was gonna say I should have moved the camera. The rook was starting. Yeah, the rook was starting to. They were starting to give responses through the rook again after a while.
For minutes until I get the phone charger. I won't be able to do any more.
Oh. All right, so
there's someone sitting next to us right now. Is
Will you tell us your name? So we know your name?
It's going off again. It's going off.
My name's Bart. This is Nick. Would you mind telling us your name?
I think I just heard your name being called.
Did you?
Yeah, I thought I heard it sounded like Bart.
What are we doing? We're just hanging out, chatting with you guys.
We're not corrections officers or guards. We're just here to chat.
We're just here to hang out with you.
Not going to tell you what to do. That's weird how that came up. Not only that, but that same time when it went, the rook went off exactly the same duration simultaneously.
We're not here to tell them what to do. It goes,
yeah. And it just said it again.
We're not going to tell you what to do. We're not going to tell you to eat your Cheerios or
not tell you how to work or tell you when to sleep or whatever.
We got the doors open for you so y'all can come out and visit.
Got no keys either. Nikki is saying that she's getting someone coming through that feels like they took their life. Did
somebody kill themselves?
By self-immolation?
Yeah, that's the inmate that committed suicide in the cell 13.
Dead. It was either stab or dead.
James Lockhart, that was his name.
His name was, I think, Jonathan Lockhart. I think that's what.
Yeah, I forgot the name at the time, but I have the last name correct at least.
Last name was Lockhart.
Yeah.
There's a prisoner here by the last name of Lockhart. Evidently, you set yourself on fire.
Yes. I heard a yes.
Why did you set yourself on fire? Was life that bad here? That you thought you had to burn yourself up?
Did you think you couldn't survive living here?
Yep, I think we got nobody yet.
Must be two entities we're talking with. I think I just... Oh, you're calling my name. Yes, I'm right here. Or would you like to... Do you have something to tell me? I could have just sworn around that same time that my name was called. Right there, I thought I just saw a brief shadow go by.
Yeah, there was a shadow I saw very briefly in the upper tiers.
Yeah.
Obviously, I didn't get it on video, but I think when he was shining his flashlight, that's when I saw it.
I just saw like a bluish green light just for a brief second.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was just because of the dark, but I don't know if it was just my eyes or what. But yeah, actually no, it was the one further down. Yeah, I saw it. I wasn't really sure because again we got up the screen.
You said my name, Mark. What do you mean? Mark. Oh, you said Mark, not Mark. Who's Mark?
See how much time, because I do have to get off in about 12 minutes.
Okay, now I just saw something. I saw something, just like you said, right at the end, I saw something white.
Let me go back just to see if I captured it.
Turn your eyes from a...
Was Mark an inmate here?
Okay, now I just saw something. I saw something, just like you said, right at the end, I saw something white.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't capture it.
Like when you turn your eyes from a bright screen, you get those flashes. This time I was staring down without looking at the monitors.
Well, I'm glad you're saying that, honestly, because I've been seeing shit down there.
Is there anybody down there right now?
What's going on, Kelly?
Yeah, the name Ed keeps coming across.
Did you hear that? It sounded like bats, but I wasn't entirely sure.
No, that wasn't bats. I can tell you.
Yeah, I heard it was.
Right squeak.
Yeah, it was like a squeak or something like
No,
that.
it wasn't a squeak like
Well,
that.
it was something else. I'm not sure how to.
Like a door, maybe.
Yeah. Ah, damn it.
Who is Ed? You keep talking about Ed.
Ed, yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to stop this until I get my phone cord, guys. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to stop this now, but I will be back on in just a couple of minutes because my phone is just about to die. So I will be back shortly, and then we will resume the investigation here. So be back after these few messages. All right. See you soon.
All right, those are some pretty good responses that I got. Now, unfortunately, because I only have 10 minutes left, I won't be able to really show part 2. So I don't know if I'd really consider next week's episode to be a part 4. I really don't think so. I think I'm just going to start calling these, like, as any paranormal podcast would, like a video review episode, because the second video, as I mentioned earlier, is the longest out of all of them. That one is about... all right, how long is the next one? So this one is, it's about 52 minutes. So that will take up the majority of next week, which is what I'm intending to do. And then the third and final video, is only 8 minutes long. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to make that the full episode for next week. So what I'm actually going to do for the last 10 minutes, I do have another video that I'm going to show. However, this one I didn't put onto the slideshow itself. It's also only 8.5 minutes. I don't really show like a lot of clips from like the actual documentaries, but this is kind of another rare exception because I know it's been shared around. It's actually one of the very first paranormal shows that ever investigated Mansfield Reformatory. And if you guys remember the show's Scariest Places on Earth, which I know, of course, today it's gotten some controversy because they said not everything is fully authentic, but it's still interesting, at least for what they did for Mansfield. And I'm going to show that real quick. And even more interestingly, it's really the only investigation that I know of in which they have a former inmate that takes part in this. So I'm going to show that right now while I still got time. So bear with me for just a second because we do have to make this quick. Unfortunately, I do have the link ready. So I'm going to share this. This time I'm going to share it the way I did previously because I remember the last time I did the old-fashioned way, the sound didn't work. Hey, Zach, great to see you. Okay, so here is the, I guess you say one of the first investigations that was taken at Mansfield Reformatory, segment from Scariest Places on Earth. Let me know if you guys can hear it. And I'm sorry for the quality. I'm sorry for the quality too. Just seeing how old it is. Again, it's just an old documentary, so sorry about the quality.
Mansfield Reformatory, a history of torture.
By the early 80s, conditions had reached a really bad point that the American Civil Liberties Union filed a court case against the prison for cruel and inhumane treatment of people inside, and a federal judge in Cleveland ordered the building closed.
I did too, Zach.
Tortured spirits still imprisoned at Mansfield.
I heard it's haunted, and I heard of people saying that they seen things like at night in the window.
It has
a notorious past. There's a lot of suffering that's going on there. I think it's quite possible.
I know, Zach.
The combination of harder prisoners, bad living conditions, crowded conditions, and everything really made for a very tense atmosphere on the inside.
Had an inmate in here one day getting his hair cut, and he owed one of the barbers a pack of cigarettes, and the barber asked him to pay him, and he says he wasn't going to do it. So the barber took a straight razor. We used to use straight razors in here around the neck, and cut his head just about completely off.
Jeez.
But the inmate got up and he ran out through there into the bullpen, and his head fell over the side, and every time he took a step, the blood would pump out of his head.
A former inmate returns to Mansfield.
In 1984, I was convicted of attempted murder. My charge stemmed from me being in a drug-induced rage, and I tried to kill my mother and my sister. I was scared, just put you that way. You know, we had heard stories up in the county jails, you know, from other people. Oh, you're going to Mansfield. Oh, you're going to Mansfield. And when we drove in the back of the police car, all you saw was Dracula's castle.
What I have pictures of is like in the West Cell block, in the hallway, I have 13 orbs.
Orb photos again.
I don't think there's any doubt this place is haunted. I'm not a particular believer in that. I never was, and till I met the prison.
Psychic Tina Michelle visits Mansfield for the first time with no knowledge of its history.
Tina, I'm Dave.
Dave, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Do you mind if I hold your hand for just a moment? See what kind of vibrations I get on you. As I'm touching you, I'm hearing a couple things. One thing is blood covering someone's eyes. Does that make any sense to you?
Wow, that really does. Yeah. I'm getting shivers up and down my
I'll turn
spine.
your voice.
What are you feeling?
There's a lot of just dread. Just a lot of dread, fear, anger, everything you would expect to find. It's a lot of residual vibrations around. Actually, this does feel a lot stronger than this one.
Tina is drawn to one particular cell.
Ooh, there's a lot of despair here. I see a spirit sitting here, right here on this end of the.
Awesome, Zach. Looking forward to it.
Was this your cell? Is this yours?
This is my cell.
Because this person is sitting here. He's sitting here like this with his hands over his eyes, and his heart is broke. This is residual vibrations hanging here. And this is a moment in time that is always being kept right here. This is part of your haunting.
Steel and
which cell it was.
concrete hold many psychic vibrations.
I'm feeling that someone was thrown over, so I don't know how that happened with fencing, but I know very strongly someone was thrown from this side.
Another inmate owed another inmate a pack of cigarettes or something he wasn't going to pay back. They'd either shank him or take him and push him over the rail.
He was thrown over a pack of cigarettes.
It's possible.
Thrown over for a pack of cigarettes. Is a stabbing taking place here? Was there a stabbing taking place here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Watched another inmate slice another one open from the hip to the shoulder.
Was he stabbed through the neck?
Well, he was stabbed from the hip to the neck.
Oh, well, okay. You don't know if the neck was the first cut, do you?
No.
His eyes were open when it happened. I mean, he was alive when this happened.
I was right on the other side of that doorway when it happened.
Okay, what was here?
A desk.
Who was supposed to be?
You're right, Erica. Zelda
He was
Rubinstein.
He was looking over there. Where was the guard?
The guard was in the bullpen.
Okay, because he kept looking over there. Did you see him do that?
Yes, I did.
So right here is where he resides. Right where he looked for protection and there wasn't any.
Right, this is where the block desk used to
Because this is where, if you feel the difference in the energies, if you walk there and walk here, you can feel it.
I don't.
And the temperature, do you feel the difference?
It's real cold here.
Significantly cold.
It's very chilly. And
I mean,
over
compared
here,
to
it's not
here.
so bad.
Probably a good, I would say, 10 to 15 degrees.
X marks the spot.
The X room.
The way that the hallways and the rooms are configured, it with the windows, it casts a big X on the floor in the middle of the hallway. And one time I went up there and stood in the middle of the X, and the hair on the back of my neck stood up, and I just kind of felt like I shouldn't be there.
See it on the floor there?
Yes. Oh, yes, we do.
Let me get out of that.
first thing I'm getting is a heart. This is a heart. I don't know if it's the heart of the prison or the heart of the room.
Below where the X was, it was the warden's wife.
Take
was
care, Zach.
Shot and killed.
This is a female. This was the heart of it all. X marks the spot, but it's right here.
She was reaching up into her closet to get a hat box down, and there was a gun next to the hat box they found on the floor and discharged into her chest, killing her.
Right through the chest area. Something happened right through the chest area here.
Some people that work here have said that they've heard her talking late at night, that they're able to hear her voice.
Reluctantly, Tina follows Dave down below solitary into the hole.
The hole.
This is the dungeon.
I've been down there.
It's underneath the bullpen. Feel it in here?
Yes. Oh. Uh-huh.
There were holes in the floor up by the boilers that they would put the inmates in and basically torture them. Yeah. Okay.
I'm really being directed not to come back that far.
Okay, there's... Really?
Yes.
What do you feel down here?
Absolute agony. You have a lot. This isn't just residual. This is actual earthbounds here. A lot of trauma took place here. I would say more than one man died here.
The sweat thoughts. Mansfield's evil hearts.
Oh, yes. I remember this.
Oh, my gosh. Just screams. That's all I can hear is just screams. They were talking over there. They're not even talking here. I just hear screams. It's very traumatic. I know at least one person was burned in this. This is really, really bad stuff. Very scary stuff.
Want to come in here with me?
No, I don't. What I am seeing is a huge flame. It's going up in front of you. I see several people in the flame, but I see one man's face just screaming bloody murder. That's some pretty haunted stuff right there.
Many tortured souls remain bound to Mansfield.
There was many different emotions flying around, a lot of residual stuff, a lot of actual hauntings there. Earthbound spirits were there as well. If I had to summarize it and say anything, it would be hell on earth.
Mansfield is a place that has a lot of unsettled spirits. The whole soul of the prison itself is unsettled. There are many souls that make up the soul, and it's very, very unsettling.
Man, if only there was some way I could show more of those older documentaries, because I don't know about you guys, but I think a lot of the older paranormal shows from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s are far better than what we have today, because it wasn't all about evidence and stuff. Now, understandably, obviously, because they probably didn't have enough time to really put really make a very, they probably only had such limited time. That's probably among one of the reasons why, for example, Shawshank was never mentioned in this documentary. And I will agree that going there was truly hell on earth. A lot of the activity. Yes, the old ones are the best. I wish they still made them the way they did. So again, I wish there was some way I could show these often, but again, it's a rare exception because again, I don't want to have copyright issues. Anyways, unfortunately, I do have to get off because I know Grizzly is about to start his show. I know Zach just brought up, I know he's got something going on his channel. So, like I said, next week we'll make it another video review episode. Like I said, I'm not going to make this consider like really a part four of OSR. So, but as always, like I've said before, guys, I really appreciate all the viewers and support. Excuse me. Definitely was a really fascinating episode today, and looking forward, of course, next week. Of course, I'll be back on tomorrow with Lois Rosie, and for the first time ever, we now have Grizzly joining us now, and we're going to be interviewing Wes Coleman. Then tomorrow night on Supernatural Talk, it'll just be an open mic night, and then for Friday on Frighteners, I don't remember what we're doing, but either way, it should be fun. But anyways, thank you guys all so much. I'll see some of you guys tomorrow afternoon. Well, I'll see some of you guys tomorrow for to the grave and back and Supernatural talking Friday for the Frighteners. But as I've always said, if you want to wait till next episode in Nick Files, I will see you guys next week. You guys all have a great night.